Alright, gather around and buckle up because I'm about to tell you the tragic tale of Jim. Jim is a lovely guy. Jim has huge dreams, and Jim just spent 9 months writing a 120-page sci-fi epic about space monks fighting evil corporations using telepathic tea leaves. It's something. And anyway, Jim sends me a script. I sit down, coffee in hand, optimism in heart. I read page 1, and instantly I know Jim is dead. Page 1 is a paragraph of backstory, page 2 is a dream sequence, page 3 is a flashback inside the dream sequence, and page 4 is a monologue so long it can qualify as a TED Talk. By page 10, I was no longer reading, I was just speedrunning the script like it was Mario Kart. And then Jim texts me, "So, what do you think?" And I have to tell him the truth that nobody's ever told him. Your script is not judged on page 110. No matter how good it is judged on page 10. Because in screenwriting, the first 10 pages aren't the beginning of your story, they're the beginning of the reader's decision to stop reading. Let me tell you something dark but freeing. The readers are not rooting for you, not at first. They are tired, they are caffeinated, they have 27 scripts to read before Friday, and they want your script to give them a reason, any reason to stop. And the industry has an unspoken rule. 3 strikes in the first 10 pages, rejection, straight off. Clunky dialogue, strike 1. A boring opening sequence, strike 2. 3 pages of backstory, strike 3. Jim, hope those tea leaves taste like unemployment. People think their script is rejected somewhere at page 60. When we understand the themes and we get to the characters and then we decide we don't like it. Nuh-uh, it dies on page 6. Page 10 is actually just the funeral. So here's the twist. The first 10 pages have nothing to do with your story. They are about you. Your voice, your professionalism, your ability to behave like someone who has seen a movie before. Readers are not looking for plot. They're looking for competence. By page 10, I should know, is the writer confident? Does this writer make choices? Does this writer control tone? Do they understand momentum? And do they know how to introduce a character without writing their astrological chart? By page 10, your script should whisper, "Relax, I know what I'm doing." If instead it whispers, "Here's my protagonist, he's sad. Let's spend 14 pages explaining why," I am gone. I am emotionally divorced from your story. You know what readers really want? To be saved. To be rescued from the mediocrity they wade through daily. When I pick up a script, I'm begging for page 1 to slap me. I'm begging for page 2 to show personality. I'm begging for page 5 to reveal someone with a pulse wrote this. Most scripts don't. Most scripts feel like they should took 3 screenwriting books, blended them, and poured them on the final draft. That's why your first 10 pages matter. Not because they must be perfect, but because they must be alive. Your story has to be alive and it has to speak to the reader. If the first 10 pages don't even breathe, the script suffocates. So let's break down how professional writers treat their first 10 pages like a weapon. They start with a choice. Story is just a collection of choices. It's not even a vibe or a landscape, a choice. Something that tells me who this character is under pressure. Then, they give me a moment only their protagonist could create. If your protagonist's opening scene can be swapped with any other character in any other script, you don't have a protagonist, you have a cardboard cutout. They set the tone instantly. If it's a comedy, I should be laughing by page 2. If it's a horror, I should feel my organs tense. And if it's a drama, I want emotional clarity now. They plant a burning question, not exposition, not lore, a question that the audience needs answered. And they show command. Pros do not warm up. They do not ease into the story like it's a bathtub. They dive in headfirst and dare you to follow. So here's a challenge. Print your script, rip off the first 10 pages, now hand them to someone who doesn't love you, someone who owes you nothing. Ask them, would you keep reading? Not because they like you, not because they pity you, but because those 10 pages grab them by the throat. If the answer isn't a violent yes, fix it, rewrite it, burn it to the ground and rebuild, because the rest of your script does not matter if the first 10 pages never let anyone reach it. Look, Jim isn't real, but Jim is everywhere. Jim is the guy who writes a masterpiece in his head and a snooze fest on his pages. Jim thinks readers treat scripts like novels. Jim thinks people read out of kindness. Don't be Jim. Respect the first 10. Treat them like a trailer for the rest of your movie. Make the promise loud, clear, and absolutely undeniable. Because once you nail those 10 pages, readers stop looking for reasons to quit. And they start hoping you're the one who finally makes their day.